As per the most recent long-haul estimate, AMP cost will hit $0.03 toward the finish of 2024 and afterward $0.05 by the center of 2025. AMP will ascend to $0.07 inside the time of 2029 and $0.1 in 2031. AMP value expectation 2024-2025. AMP cost began in 2024 at $0.36. Today, AMP exchanged at $0.38, so the cost expanded by 4% from the start of the year. The estimated AMP cost toward the finish of 2024 is $128 and the year-to-year change plus 252%. The ascent from today to year-end plus 240%. In 2024, we hope to see $0.81 per 1 AMP. In the primary portion of 2025, the AMP cost will move to $0.0134. In the final part, the cost would lose $0.03 and close the year at $0.0131, which is plus 248% to the ongoing cost. AMP expectation 2026-2030. These 5 years would bring a huge increment. AMP cost would move from $0.0131 to $0.09, which is up 121%. AMP will begin 2026 at $0.0131, then at that point, take off to $0.0145 inside the initial half year of the year and finish 2026 at $0.0159. That implies plus 322% from today. AMP forecast 2031-2035. In this period, the AMP cost would ascend from $0.09 to $0.448, which is plus 55%. AMP will begin 2031 at $0.9, then at that point take off to $0.311 inside the principal half of the year and finish 2031 at $0.333. It is about plus 783% from today. Zatuza 1-2-4. AMP value expectation 2024-2025. AMP cost began in 2024 at $0.36. Today, AMP exchanged at $0.34, so the cost diminished by 6% from the start of the year. The estimated AMP cost toward the finish of 2024 is $0.113 and the year-to-year change plus 210%. The ascent from today to year-end, plus 230%. In 2024, we hope to see $0.72 per 1 AMP. In the primary portion of 2025, the AMP cost will move to $0.0118. In the last part, the cost would lose $0.03 and close the year at $0.0115, which is plus 236% to the ongoing cost. AMP forecast 2026-2030. These 5 years would bring a critical increment. AMP cost would move from $115 to $0.55, which is up 122%. AMP will begin 2026 at $0.0115, then take off to $0.0127 inside the initial half year of the year and finish 2026 at $0.139. That implies plus 306% from today. AMP forecast 2031-2035. In this period, the AMP cost would ascend from $2.55 to $0.98, which is plus 56%. AMP will begin 2031 at $2.55, then take off to $0.0275 inside the primary portion of the year and finish 2031 at $2.95. It is about plus 763% from today. 01152-4. AMP value expectation 2024-2025. AMP cost began in 2024 at $0.36. Today, AMP exchanged at $0.34, so the cost diminished by 7% from the outset of the year. The determined AMP cost toward the finish of 2024 is $0.75 and the year-to-year change plus 106%. The ascent from today to year-end, plus 122%. In 2024, we hope to see $0.85 per 1 AMP. In the primary portion of 2025, the AMP cost will move to $0.06. In the final part, the cost would lose $0.11 and close the year at $0.69, which is plus 104% to the ongoing cost. AMP forecast 2026-2030. These 5 years would bring a critical increment. AMP cost would move from $0.69 to $0.0171, which is up 148%. AMP will begin 2026 at $0.69, then at that point take off to $0.74 inside the initial half year of the year and finish 2026 at $0.77. That implies plus 128% from today. AMP forecast 2031-2035. In this period, the AMP cost would ascend from $0.0171 to $0.08, which is plus 22%. AMP will begin 2031 at $0.0171, then at that point take off to $0.0173 inside the principal half of the year and finish 2031 at $0.0186. It is about plus 450% from today. 0102 into 4. AMP value forecast 2024-2025. AMP cost began in 2024 at $0.36. Today, AMP exchanged at $0.35, so the cost diminished by 3% from the start of the year. The estimated AMP cost toward the finish of 2024 is $0.85, and the year-to-year change plus 134%. The ascent from today to year-end, plus 141%. In 2024, we hope to see $0.57 per 1 AMP. In the main portion of 2025, the AMP cost will move to $0.91. In the last part, the cost would lose $0.13 and close the year at $0.78, which is plus 122% to the ongoing cost. AMP forecast 2026-2030. These 5 years would bring a critical increment. AMP cost would move from $0.78 to $0.0197, which is up 153%. AMP will begin 2026 at $0.078, then take off to $0.084 inside the initial half year of the year and finish 2026 at $0.98. That implies plus 150% from today. AMP expectation 2031-2035. In this period, the AMP cost would ascend from $0.0197 to $236, which is plus 20%. AMP will begin 2031 at $0.0197, then take off to $0.0199 inside the principal half of the year and finish 2031 at $0.14. It is about plus 508% from today. 12,150,2023. AMP value expectation 2023-2024. AMP cost began in 2023 at $0. Today, AMP exchanged at $0.38, so the cost expanded by 26% from the outset of the year. The determined AMP cost toward the finish of 2023 is $0.59 and the year-to-year change plus 94%. The ascent from today to year-end, plus 54%. In the main portion of 2024, the AMP cost will move to $0.62. In the final part, the cost would lose $0.02 and close the year at $0.96, which is plus 57% to the ongoing cost. AMP forecast 2025-2029. These 5 years would bring a critical increment. AMP cost would move from $0.60 to $0.126, which is up every available ounce of effort. AMP will begin 2025 at $0.60, then at that point, take off to $0.66 inside the initial half year of the year and finish 2025 at $0.72. That implies plus 88% from today. AMP forecast to 2030-2034. In this period, the AMP cost would ascend from $0.126 to $0.183, which is plus 45%. AMP will begin 2030 at $0.126, then at that point, take off to $0.134 inside the main portion of the year and finish 2030 at $0.142. It is about plus 272% from today. 12,012,023. AMP value expectation 2023-2024. AMP cost began in 2023 at $0.